Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're diving into Dan Brown's The Da Vinci Code.
Oh, a classic. It's a real page-turner.
It is full of symbols and secrets.
And a mystery that really captured the imagination of so many readers.
Yeah, worldwide. We're going to go chapter by chapter through this story today.
It will unpack all the twists and turns.
As we go.
Absolutely.
So imagine you're in Paris. It's late at night.
Okay.
And the Louvre Museum.
Uh-huh.
It's totally dark.
Hmm.
But inside, there's about to be a very shocking discovery.
All right, set the scene. I'm intrigued.
All right. So the museum curator, Jacques Saunière,
Okay.
is found murdered.
Oh.
But this isn't just any murder.
Okay.
It's been very carefully staged
Oh.
to send the message.
A message.
Yeah. So the curator's found dead.
Right.
That's definitely a dramatic start to any story.
Yeah, for sure.
But what kind of message are we talking about here?
Well, Saunière's body is posed like Da Vinci's Vitruvian Man,
Okay.
naked, and there's a cryptic message written next to his body.
He's also left behind a bunch of strange clues,
Okay.
symbols
Okay.
that all seem to point towards some kind of hidden truth.
Uh-huh. So that's where the symbology comes in.
Exactly.
And I bet that's where Robert Langdon enters the picture.
You got it. Langdon, a Harvard symbologist, is called in by the French police
Okay.
to help decipher the clues.
Uh-huh.
He has no idea what he's getting himself into.
Yeah, he's about to be plunged into a conspiracy.
Big time.
Way deeper than he could ever imagine.
That's right.
So Langdon arrives at the Louvre, ready to use all his symbology knowledge to solve the case. What happens next?
So as Langdon's looking over the clues, he's interrupted
Okay.
by the arrival of Sophie Neveu,
Okay.
a cryptologist,
Uh-huh.
with the French judicial police.
Okay.
And she's got a secret
Okay.
that connects her directly to the victim.
So Sophie's not just there to investigate the murder.
Nope.
Is she, like, related to the curator somehow?
Yeah, Sophie is Saunière's granddaughter.
Uh-huh. But they weren't really close.
Oh, wait.
Saunière left a message just for her.
Okay.
And this message sends her and Langdon on this big chase to uncover the truth.
Oh, this is interesting. So Langdon, a symbologist,
Mm-hmm.
Sophie, cryptologist.
Yep.
They're both drawn into this whole mystery by the curator's clues.
Right.
They sound like quite the pair.
They are. Their skills really complement each other.
Okay.
You know, Langdon's expertise in symbols
Yeah.
and Sophie's code-breaking abilities
Yeah.
make them a great team.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got a race
Okay.
to decipher Saunière's message
Okay.
before it falls into the wrong hands.
Right. And of course, the police are also after them,
Yeah.
thinking that Langdon's the prime suspect.
Yeah, they are.
But what are they searching for exactly?
Hmm.
What is this hidden truth that Saunière wanted to protect?
Well, the clues lead them to this secret society
Okay.
called the Priory of Sion.
Okay.
And according to the book, this organization has protected a big secret
Okay.
for centuries.
Uh-huh.
The bloodline of Jesus Christ.
Wait a minute. The bloodline of Jesus Christ.
Right.
That's a pretty big claim.
Huge.
What's the story there?
So the book says that Jesus wasn't crucified alone.
Okay.
He was married to Mary Magdalene,
Okay.
and she was pregnant with his child
Okay.
when he died.
Right.
And the Priory of Sion has been protecting this secret lineage ever since.
That's definitely a controversial theory, to say the least.
Yeah.
But if the Priory is dedicated to protecting this secret, who's threatening to expose it?
Yeah.
Who are our heroes up against?
Well, they're being pursued by this shadowy figure
Okay.
known as the teacher.
Okay.
And this mysterious character is manipulating a monk,
Oh.
Silas,
Okay.
to do his bidding.
Okay, so Silas is like a pawn in this larger game.
Yeah, you could say that.
What is the teacher's endgame here? Why is he so determined to get this secret?
Well, that's what Langdon and Sophie are trying to figure out. They realize that the teacher's motives are complicated.
Mm-hmm.
It might be about controlling the secret, or maybe exposing it,
Uh-huh.
and totally shattering the foundations of Christianity.
Wow. So we've got Langdon and Sophie on the run,
Yeah.
trying to decipher clues,
Uh-huh.
stay ahead of the police,
Yeah.
and this dangerous monk.
It's a lot.
What happens next?
So in their search for answers, they turn to a trusted friend,
Okay.
Sir Leigh Teabing.
Okay.
He's a British royal historian
Uh-huh.
and an expert on the Holy Grail.
Ah, the Holy Grail. I knew that had to come up eventually.
Had to.
How does this legendary artifact fit into the story?
Well, this is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Teabing tells them that the Grail isn't what we think.
Okay.
It's not a chalice.
Okay.
He says it's something much more shocking.
All right. More shocking than the Holy Grail. What is it?
Mary Magdalene herself.
Okay, so the Grail isn't an object. It's a symbol for Mary Magdalene. How does that work?
You remember the Priory of Sion's secret?
Yeah.
So Teabing says that Mary Magdalene represents the sacred feminine,
Oh.
the lost legacy of Jesus' bloodline.
Okay.
The book basically says that the Grail legends are all veiled references to this hidden truth.
So the Grail becomes a symbol for this alternative interpretation of Christian history.
Exactly.
And Teabing, being a Grail expert, he's able to help Langdon and Sophie put the pieces together.
That's right. He gives them really crucial information.
Okay.
Helps them interpret the clues.
Uh-huh.
But as the story moves on, Langdon and Sophie start to get suspicious.
Ooh.
They think that maybe they can't trust everyone,
Okay.
even people who seem like allies.
Intriguing. Sounds like we're in for some twists and turns.
Oh, yeah. Buckle up. As they dig deeper into this whole thing, Langdon and Sophie, they come up against another challenge. This time it's physical, though. Saunier was protecting this really important part of the puzzle.
Okay.
A cryptex.
A cryptex. What's that?
It's like this cylindrical container.
Oh.
Da Vinci himself designed it.
Wow.
Multiple rotating rings.
Okay.
Each one has letters inscribed on it.
Yeah.
And only the right combination of letters will unlock it
Okay.
and reveal the secret message inside.
Sounds like a real brain teaser.
Oh, yeah.
I bet this cryptex has really vital information
For sure.
that could help them solve the case.
Yeah, the cryptex holds the key to finding where the Grail is.
Okay.
Or in this case, the secret of Mary Magdalene's lineage.
Okay.
Cracking the code is a real race against time for Langdon and Sophie.
Yeah.
Especially since they're being chased by Silas and the police.
Right. So we've got this chase across Europe, puzzles to solve,
Yeah,
this secret society guarding a huge truth.
it's a lot.
But what about this mysterious teacher pulling all the strings?
Right.
Do Langdon and Sophie ever get any closer to finding out who he is?
Their investigation, it makes them think that the teacher has gotten inside the church somehow. Using his influence to manipulate Silas and block them from getting the truth, their suspicions fall on this high-ranking bishop, Aaron Garosa.
Okay.
He seems connected to both Silas and the teacher.
So the stakes are getting even higher.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just about uncovering a historical secret anymore,
Right.
but about confronting this powerful force within the church itself.
Yeah, exactly.
How do they handle that?
Well, Langdon, he uses his knowledge of religious history and symbolism. He realizes that the teacher is using them.
Okay.
He's using their search for the Grail to get what he wants.
Yeah.
The teacher wants to expose the Priory's secret.
Okay.
Thinks it will completely destroy the church's authority.
Right. I mean, if people found out that Jesus had a bloodline, that would definitely challenge some views on Christianity.
No doubt.
But what about Teabing? Where does he fit into all of this? Is he really on their side?
That's the question that starts to bother Langdon.
Okay.
As they follow the clues, Langdon starts to see things that don't add up about Teabing's knowledge and what he does.
Okay.
His obsession with the Grail, it just seems like it's more than just academic interest.
So Langdon's getting suspicious of Teabing.
Yeah.
What about Sophie? Does she have any doubts?
Well, Sophie, she's still dealing with all this new information about her grandfather
Right.
and her own family line. At first, she trusts Teabing.
Okay.
I mean, he's been a good ally,
Yeah.
giving them important insights, protecting them.
Yeah.
But she starts to notice some weird things about his behavior, too.
Okay, so the trust in their group is starting to fall apart.
Uh-huh.
Sounds like they're headed for a big confrontation.
Definitely.
Who turns out to be the real villain?
The truth is, it's even more shocking than they thought.
Okay.
They arrive at the supposed location of the Grail, and Langdon puts all the pieces together.
Okay.
And he realizes the teacher isn't Aaron Garosa.
Oh, wow. So it's Teabing all along.
You got it.
Wow.
Teabing, he resents the church, and he's totally obsessed with exposing the truth. He's been manipulating them the whole time,
Wow.
using Silas as his pawn to force the Priory to reveal the Grail.
What a betrayal. But what about the cryptex? Did they ever get it open?
Yeah.
Or where does this final showdown happen?
The final confrontation's at Rosslyn Chapel
Okay.
in Scotland. It's a place that's super connected to Grail lore.
Okay.
They decipher the clues. Cryptex finally opens.
Okay.
And the truth about where the Grail is, it's revealed.
So where is it? What does the cryptex point to?
The cryptex points to a spot under Rosslyn Chapel.
Okay.
But the revelation, it's more symbolic than literal.
Okay.
Langdon, with all his symbol knowledge, he understands that the real Grail, the bloodline of Jesus and Mary Magdalene, it's not about a specific object or place.
So the real treasure was the journey all along.
Kinda, yeah. The search for the Grail, it leads Langdon and Sophie to this deeper understanding of history and faith and their own personal journeys.
That's quite a journey. What about Sophie? Does she accept what she learns about her family line? And what happens to Teabing after his deception is exposed?
Yeah, so we've reached the climax of the story. Teabing's been exposed, the cryptex is open, and the truth about the Grail is out. What happens next?
Well, the authorities, they finally show up,
Okay.
arrest Teabing.
Uh-huh.
His whole plan comes to an end.
Okay.
As for Sophie, she's left to deal with what she's learned.
Yeah, about her heritage.
Exactly.
That must be a lot to process.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine finding out you're descended from Jesus.
It's huge.
How does she react to this?
I mean, she's overwhelmed at first.
Yeah.
Not sure what to believe.
Okay.
It challenges everything she thought she knew about her family and her faith.
Yeah.
But ultimately, she decides to embrace her lineage,
Okay.
see it as a symbol of strength,
Uh-huh.
and a connection to this hidden history.
That's a really powerful message.
It is.
It's like saying that truth can be found in the most unexpected places.
And sometimes, the most important discoveries are the ones that connect us to our past.
Absolutely.
But what about the Grail itself? Does it actually exist, or is it just a symbol?
Well, the book leaves that kind of open to interpretation.
Okay.
The spot under Rosslyn Chapel, it turns out to be empty.
Oh.
But like Langdon says, the true Grail, it's not a physical thing.
Okay.
It's a concept.
Okay.
Represents the sacred feminine and the power of belief.
So the real treasure is the knowledge and the journey of discovery.
Yeah,
And for Sophie, it's the connection to her ancestors and their legacy.
that's right.
What about Langdon? Does he keep researching symbols and ancient mysteries?
Well, we can only imagine what he does next.
Yeah.
The book ends with him thinking about the power of symbols and the secrets they hold.
Okay.
He realizes that history is often written by the winners,
Uh-huh.
and there are always these hidden truths waiting to be found.
The Da Vinci Code really takes you on a wild ride.
It does.
Blends history, art, conspiracy theories into a thriller that sparks so many discussions.
Oh, tons of debates.
It makes you question what we think we know.
Yeah,
Explore the power of symbols.
for sure.
And consider new ways of looking at history and faith.
Exactly.
Whether you agree with its conclusions or not, it's a story that sticks with you.
Definitely.
It really gives you a lot to think about.
It does.
What other secrets are hidden right in front of us?
Yeah, good question.
Just waiting to be decoded.
Maybe there's a symbologist in all of us,
Yeah.
ready to uncover the mysteries around us.
That's it for this deep dive. Until next time.